Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame?
Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 25 of our Drazhoath the Ashen Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we've moved on over to Karak Azul to bring war to Skarsnik of Crooked Moon. He is actually in march stance here, so all of his forces are going to be very tired for this battle. And then we have the settlement garrison full of Night Goblins to deal with. Night Goblins are not great in a straight-up fight here because they are not, it doesn't look like actually Skarsnik is giving them any buffs, so they just are kind of very weak 26-24 melee attack and defense. And should run them right over. I do believe Skarsnik gives them some extra poison attacks normally, but it doesn't look like he's actually passing that out, so we should be able to bring him down and claim his defeat trait. Don't remember which Skarsnik's is, so we'll see that quite shortly, hopefully. The auto-resolve thinks if we do win, we will take quite a few losses, losing our ROR trait and the normal one as well. We shall soon see. This is a maximum tier settlement there, so we will have to deal with some nasty towers, but since we do have the tower seat that knocks down the walls, well, we should have little trouble getting on inside the walls and wreaking havoc here. Let's get to it. Okay, where would be the best spot for us to be attacking from then? Well, I guess let's first find those breaches. The wall breaches appear to be over here. Okay, so we've got a wall knocked down right here. What is that? We only get the one breach? How unfortunate. Well, even though we do have a hole in the wall there, it kind of seems like the best attack spot. Well, there are two towers in either spot there, which is kind of the same across the board except for the spot where our breaches are at. So yeah, this is where we deploy then. So it shall be. We will deploy Belial up front there. We'll have Krosox as well as the two lords ready to fly on in and kind of do damage to those Doomdiver catapults. Easily going to be the most dangerous unit the Greenskins are fielding there. We'll grab the infantry, bring Hashut's Ravagers in on that as well. Into a melee mode. Grab said infantry, bring them forward. I think we will have them leading the charge with the others slightly behind, so we'll bring them back because those Doomdiver catapults are armor-piercing and have a bit of splash damage, so we really don't want them exploding our infantry teams before they get into combat there. They're very nasty with all of our Hellforge buffs, but if they get taken up before we make it on in, there's no good there, is there? That's what gives these guys the old group guard mode. The Ravagers and the Kadai on in as well. Ready to charge forward. A bit sad we only have one breach. Oh, never mind, there are two. They're just both on the top portion. So it shall be. Kadai up front. And the two cannons as well, ready to kind of do as much damage as they can. They will likely mostly be, these magma cannons will likely mostly be on tower duty, while our Demon's Tongue will be very, very useful at blowing up large blobs of enemies. This looks very good. Is anyone deployed funkily? Does not look like it. We're about ready to go then. Guys all together, and then you can join up with group one. We'll make sure our mages are in the front. One Drazhoath in front. Small little order there. That works for me. We've got the Black Gem of Nar. None of you are using the Mist of Eliab. That's just fine. All right then, battle begin. All right, let's get you off of fire at will mode and actually start blasting away at these Doomdiver catapults in the middle there. Drazhoath and the other sorcerer, come on forward. Let's start doing our damage to the Doomdivers in the back there. That looks like they've got all of their catapults, or not their catapults, but all their trolls back there to try to defend. An interesting strategy. Let's have Belial move forward just a bit, stand in the gap there. Bring our other large entities forward. Drazhoath as well. Charge on in, try to break who we can. I don't mind staying and dropping some flaming breath at these black orcs as they walk forward. We can also drop down the flames of Asgore. Just kind of annihilate this group. I like that more than the other choice there. Drop down that Searing Doom in the middle of these artillery teams. The flames of Asgore eliminating actually a pretty good deal of the enemy there. Charge on down and break these Doom Divers in the front. We can have you scoot on forward and start blasting at these Doom Divers in the back. Perfect. Now let's get the infantry teams moving on up. We'll just grab them like such, move them on in. I want the Blazing Beards of Balzarek taking this corner here. Perfect. Keep frolicking. Destroy these black orcs and move on through. We can drop in the cannonball on all of the nonsensical gobos in our way there. Looks like the troll and the giants are kind of rotating around. They don't really want it to get into a fight. And I understand. Go ahead and see if we can explode this unit of night gobos. Drazhoath, go ahead and charge on in. We'll break them together. Hit another Overcast Flames of Asgore. Drop that on in. Then have you kind of land in the middle of these night gobos. You two take out the arrow tower. Then we'll bring the Doom Train up. And into combat there. You guys work together on these archers. Oh, whoops. Bring you guys into combat there. We'll have you two, I guess 3, move up. Just kind of take this pavilion. We'll continue the onslaught from there. Alright, Drazhoath, we'll go ahead and actually drop down the black gem so we can't take any damage, and we'll scoot on back. Then we'll drop down the Doom of a Shoot. Oh, there's not that many. Let's just go ahead and pull back with you. Drop down the metal spells then. Come on, down the hill and get into a fight with Skarsnik. Go ahead and land in this nonsense here. We'll go ahead and drop down the Flame Storm as well. Start dropping some nukes. Transmutation of Lead. The Overcast just gives a greater effect on anti-melee damage there. Not a bad call. Make sure Skarsnik is not doing any damage at all to us. Get on down that hill there. Give everyone into this position extra melee defense. As the other troops funnel on in. We're gonna move in and break these black orcs quickly. Let these guys scoot up the hill to help out the cannon. You come on over here and deal with this big boss. He wants a hug, we'll give him one. That we can do. Another nuke dropping on down. Let's go ahead and see if we can explode the back line here. A bit overextended. We can drop down some extra metal though to help out. Keep cleaving through this line. Kadai, how about you give Skarsnik a hug? I'm sure he would greatly enjoy it. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop down the extra damage here. That giant's getting walloped. Love to see it. Put you back just a little bit, let Drazhoath beat down on the big boss here. We can drop down the Curse of the Shoot as well. Actually, we'll go ahead and save our magic. Go ahead and push you through the line then. No reason to stay here. You've got the strength to work your way on through. Move up to claim this position then. Meanwhile, you two can come on down this way. Or we can set them up over here, which I kind of like that idea better. Start firing on these. Alright, our lord here really needs to pull on away. Let's go ahead and drop down another Transmutation of Lead and then try to pull them on back. Letting these two large entities funnel on through. And allowing the Kadai Destroyer to keep fighting with Skarsnik. If the turret takes too much damage, we'll activate the other abilities there, but let's go ahead and throw the Kadai down and make sure these catapults don't go anywhere. That's nonsense I don't feel like dealing with. you guys scoot forward and get some shots on these pump wagons. That'd be great. Just bring down this tower here. Move up and eliminate these Night Gobbo archers. I'm glad you're up and flying around. Let's go ahead and head you over towards the others. Can we drop down the heels on the Kadai Fireborn? Keep them fighting a bit more staunchly there. Working hard, lads. Darsnick has already fallen. Let's keep moving through. You go ahead and get the black gem, so he's invulnerable to damage for a moment. Break him. More armor for these lads up here, taking some shots from the enemies. Let's go ahead and land in amongst. And then Drazhoath. I see the rogue idol in the back line there. So I've got a little bit to deal with. Let's come on through and attack this tower, and as soon as they do start attacking him, the Night Gobbo archers that is, we can give them a wallop. They won't soon forget. Iron Demon, let's go ahead and try to pull you through this group so they can start. They will try to start. They will good try to follow, and that way these shotguns should be able to deal with the spiders quickly. The best counter to a giant spider is indeed a shotgun. For all those wondering. Bring the Infernal in, Belial. We haven't really gotten a good bit of use out of you, so let's charge you up. Capture this point here. You can go ahead and just kind of get up in the air for a bit longer here. Wow. Yeah, those archers got destroyed. One more volley should do it. There we go. Let's move up and claim the point. We'll have these two on this side, and then the shotguns taking up the other, kind of making a cone of death. Anything that wants to get too much closer is going to have a real bad day. Drazhoath, come on over here and explode this arrow tower next. Keep saving your magic for now. Move on up. Try to blow up this group of orc arrow boys. These guys should be annihilating the next group, no problem. Actually, go ahead and pull Krusok's out, though, because he's kind of taking a lot of damage. Krusok, you come on over this way while everyone else kind of annihilates that group. We'll have the Kadai Destroyer come on through and just claim this point here. We're not really scared of anything with them. No problems at all. We can go ahead and drop down the Ash Storm to kind of slow down these trolls if they try to make any nonsense happen. I don't think they're trying to try it, though. We just Flames of Asgore in the middle of this group over here. Let's keep saving. I'll drop down this. You know what? We can drop down kind of a really cheap Flames of Asgore and eliminate these arrow boys pretty quickly. Quick and cheap. Chase down those Night Goblin archers. You help out by dealing with the tower there. Rogue Idol moving up. Belial, let's have you drop down the flashbang on him. Drop the armor on the Rogue Idol. That should pretty easily defeat it. Belial, move up in front. We need extra armor for all these lads here just in case. But I think we've got them. Slow them down. Sheer annihilation we are bringing to bear here. Yeah, that Rogue Idol got blasted. Just in case they try anything funky. Alright, our Night Destroyer is caught in with a lot of enemy units. We've only lost a few here. Let's go ahead and keep pushing everyone forward into these trolls. Keep these guys back. You just kind of stay up here into the positions we've already captured. Time to move the shotguns forward. Claim this next bit of land. And then the same thing with these guys here. Move up to the top of these stairs, that'd be great. Just let Drazhoath deal with this Rogue Idol here. Blast some fire at him. We're gonna land quickly. So just drop some fire first. Can you do that before you land? I just kind of missed. That's fine. The metal spell will actually do some good work. Drazhoath. Do the same here with Flame and Shadow. And the trolls are getting a bit extended, but they're starting to break. I think we've done enough damage that army losses should kick in momentarily. Systematically destroyed the greenskins there. Due to my terrible eyesight, we might have lost some units, but see in the aftermath, we only lost almost 60, so we'll see. Alright, and Starsnik was absolutely obliterated. We actually ended up only losing 4 in the fray there. A lot of the damage going to our single entities, which is perfect. We can heal that up nicely. We will go ahead and sack the settlement, gaining a lot of labor. We got the Sneaky Smiter. So ambush, success chance plus 20%, and defense chance plus 20%. Not bad. Rin Blood Ripper. Yeah, no, we're going to go ahead and claim Karak Azul for the Tsar here. We're going to take this up to tier 4 as high as we can, because the last settlement we need to grab is just going to be Tsar de Grun proper. And I don't mind spending a bit of our Enclave influence, claiming Karak Azul in a proper tier there. Rhinewell drops the upkeep for only Death Shriekers. That's kind of specific. It does allow us to get more of them a little bit more quickly, though. I think we do first want the patrol routes. That drops our upkeep. We have the gold for the Mega Mortar, so we're going to grab this sooner rather than later, as well as the Fane Guard. Kind of think we want the ore level as well. This would allow us to upgrade Drazhoath's Infernal Guard. We actually have enough to recruit more of these guys in. We actually don't have the building for it at the moment. Interesting. Well, we could get the ore level here at Karak Azul, and then grab the Brinewell as well, just for the extra salt. We don't have any Death Shriekers, but that would at least make it a bit cheaper for us to be recruiting them and keeping them in our armies, so may not be a bad idea to grab some. Let's grab a standard die here to finish things off, and then I don't mind grabbing the Marshaled Military as well, making all of our Shorf Warriors a bit better in combat, plus 5 to both melee attack and defense, as well as some spell resistance as well. Pretty solid there indeed. I think lastly, we'll just go for hard hit on a Drazhoath. We've got 2 more skills. Although we could go for Mentor, making sure that all of our other lords are also ranking up even faster. Dwarf lords are much better once they're on their mounts. So Belial, time to give you your last point into Bandolier there. We'll start grabbing the Indomitable next. Although he hasn't really had any issues with leadership so far. Pretty steady. Let's go ahead and give you the Headdress of Tsar to keep you from getting shot at by lads on the ground there. And then we'll also go ahead and grab the Survivalist for a bit more health. Brusox will give you... Increase your health yet? Doesn't look like it, so we'll just go ahead and give you more Wound Maker. 794 weapon strength. He is packing a punch. Oh, perfect. We've got the Hobgoblins as well. We can use them to kind of start doing damage with the rest of the greenskins here. Wow, that's a lot of Arachnaroks. Impressive. Got Thor Guard coming on down. There's several enemy armies trying to move on down from the north, as well as these rebels here. That's a lot of Crypt Ghouls you've got. I wonder if this is going to be similar to our Radius stream, where this is just an army fully made up of Crypt Ghouls. Thorax made it up to Death Gorge. We are about to be attacked from 2 sides. We need to break, burn off, and then replenish quickly to turn and deal with Thorak once more. Wars never end. Can't afford any more down there. Let's go ahead and zoom on in. We'll take a quick look at not our provinces, but our actual lords themselves. Astragoth. And I'd really like to get into a war with Kislev and then try to catch these... Or at least this Lord Maxim here out in the open field. Coming down and claiming Prague would also be pretty great. We are very overextended, and that's why I'm kind of loath to get into another war with the Kislevites while we still have to deal with the Dawi. the army is, or this the territory is just so extended to the north here that we kind of have to leave an army to defend in case the Kistlevites try anything. A bit sad. Glumbo, we definitely need to get your siege towers sorted. We can assault Karak-Kadrin and hopefully bring them on down. Lots of Longbeards and a couple Giant Slayers, so it's going to be a tough fight. Yay, tough fight. Okay, so Astragoth, I think we do want to move him on down south. If Kislev declares war on us, then we're going to have kind of a whole heap of trouble, but... Got a little Grom and a Snow Leopard. We have no chance of defending if he decided to attack one of our settlements. You know what? Let's come on up north here. How far can we go in ambush? Almost the north of Krakadrak. Go into the ambush, and then let's see about jumping into a war with the Ice Court. It's gonna be a problem. Oh man, she has already taken some ground up in the north. Let's go ahead and hold off on that for now. We'll just kind of leave Astaroth in the north, pretend like we're not there, and see what would happen if they thought we were leaving the north undefended. Upgrade the Altar of Fire. More research rate is always going to be helpful. Swing on through real quick. See what kind of nonsense we can get up to. We don't have a lot of gold left, and I kind of think we want to save a bit. Unless it can immediately make us a good heap more gold, we may just hold off. Or the Demon Smithy for more Kadai. Although getting the bombardment building is always pretty useful. Lots of clumped up Dawi to explode. For now, we keep saving. We do have Zatan back in our army, so he's actually leading a force in the north here. He is in an ambush stance currently, but let's go ahead and pull him back and try to recruit up some more troops. Zatan also has himself a Death Shrieker, so he's not doing bad. Grab a couple normal Hobgoblins just to kind of hold the line for a moment. Two of these guys here, and then we'll be at least set to try to hold off the forces of the Dragon Emperor. Sundrims, you keep hanging out in Oakenhammer and keeping an eye on the Dawi here. Back and forth, see what's going on. Rom Peak is completely safe and secure. Should be able to build up all that siege equipment in peace. Should be able to. Scoot on through, see what village. Village appears to be trying to go through the gate. He just needs to attack one of these gates themselves. Go through the turtle gate, bud. You can do it. I believe in you. He believes in himself all of 0, though. Let's make sure we're keeping an eye on the Karak-Kadrin Dawi. Ungrim Iron Fist is going after the Howling Rock, which is going to be one of our main sources of income. At least one of them. Oof. Well, not a lot we can do about it. No more convoys till we do with Grimgor, otherwise we'll just send them off to their doom, which is really, really sad. We'll swing on in with Ungrim here. Old Mohawk Maniac in the turn. Okay, so down at Howling Rock, looks like they're going to attack with a lot of forces, and they've actually managed to weaken our garrison as well, which is pretty sad. Yeah, this would be a bad loss for us. Will this be on the map, or no? I mean, we have the potential to blow up a lot of units with a Dreadquake. Let's go ahead and fight this one, but we'll kind of move in fast motion, drop in some nice Dreadquakes, and then attempt to leave. See how many of these gyrocopters we can also bring down too. Let's get to it. Okay, and actually because of the way the enemy is coming on in, and the fact that we have so many supplies, we actually have a chance to hold off this swarm of Slayers here. Let's go ahead and set up the towers up front. We're going to harass them as soon as they start the battle here. We'll leave that as is. I'm going to have... I think we'll have the team set up at the bridges here. These three can hold this gap. Then we just need two holding the gap, and then we'll have one kind of behind. Shotguns in the center, waiting for the helicopter to come on over. Team of archers here, and then another on the other side here. It can spread out pretty quickly is my only real concern. These other units back behind, but I think we've got a pretty nasty force. Go ahead and start the battle and let things play out. We're going to save for another top tier explosive tower. They're going to stay back and wait for the reinforcements, which is pretty safe. Will allow us to build more goodies, though. And actually, we could kind of block their advance with barricades pretty easily. And I'm going to do so. Very low tier barricade platforms, but they will hold them up for a moment. We can set up some more towers up in the top portion here. Can't wait. 27 seconds, and then the nastiest Dreadquake around is about to go on down. How much is it going to be for the tier 3 tower? 1400? Let's wait for that one. We want to get as much explosive damage as possible. 6 seconds, and then explosives. Prepare yourselves, Dawi. It is time for your doom. And here come the explosions. They'll have to kind of reinforce through them. They don't have a choice. Oh, it's incredible, that is. Can't strike the air. Good bit of damage going on out there. We'll blast through the normal Dawi warriors with the cannon shot. Oh, we'll miss everyone there. Get a little bit of damage. Come on back and grab the tier 3 tower here. Prepare for the enemy to flood on in. I think we do actually have to advance. Lose this frontal tower here. We're in a bit of hurt. Here comes the rest of the reinforcements. Funnel into their doom oh so willingly. We'll set up other tier 1 towers in the front and just kind of deal as much damage as we can on their way in. As soon as they do actually reach the barricade, they're in a world of hurt. Drop down the second Dreadquake here. They're all funneling through together. So we'll drop it down right here. I mean, they're going to walk through. Oh, okay. Probably should have waited a bit. They're going to take damage from the residual, but that's not good enough. Such is the way. We'll blast them in the middle there. Just fine. You're not wasting shots on the helicopters, although if you get a single hit, that is going to be devastating for those choppers. Or switching their targeting to something a little bit more easily landed there. For another tier 1 tower in the front. I actually think the gyrocopter is going to be a problem. I'd like to advance, but it seems really dangerous. Let's go ahead and do it. Gonna line them up here. Set the shotguns up directly behind them. Arrows on the other side there. We'll bring you 3 forward. And 1 more of the Dawi as well. Make sure things are looking nice for us. Let's go ahead and make sure we have another barricade platform here, or we just go for a trap. Trap here, and then we'll put a barricade in the other spot. Make sure you're taking good shots. Blast the Slayers. And then you, when the gyrocopters get a bit closer, can tear them apart. That works. The only long-range guys they've got are in the back here. A couple Quarrelers. 7 seconds before that tower goes in. We've got the lads moving on over. Let's go ahead and move these Chaos Dwarf Warriors up on either portion of the bridge there, waiting to kind of blindate if needed. Towers are in. Awesome. They moved up to start getting hit. Just barely. Start hitting them. Head them to shreds. We're getting a lot of whiffs with our towers, which is making me a bit sad. Try to explode these Dwarf Warriors up front. Please and thank you. Grab another tier 1 tower here. We're set up and ready tower defense style. Tearing him apart. There we go. Really good diagonal hit. Start firing frontally at these Slayers here now. Really hammering them with some shot on the way in. These guys up a bit more angled. Our shotguns apart so they don't get so easily thrown off if the choppers get a bit closer there. Awesome. Yeah, and this other one here, we'll just go for a straight up blocker. We're ready for you now. Taking your sweet time to advance was a big mistake. After you start trying to bring down those gyrocopters there. They may just try to flank our troops. We'll see. Tower's getting hit by the gyrocopters. Actually, pretty surprised we're not getting any good hits. We're definitely going to lose the tower if they start firing on it, though. Be a pretty big waste of all of our resources. That tower's missing. We're blasting the Slayers. We got one more Dreadquake. We definitely need to save it. Ooh, a nice hit. All it takes is one. Keep launching them. We just lost the best tower we have, though, which is really not great. Keep trying to pick apart these gyrocopters. As well. It did a good bit of damage. We could definitely got more, though. That is for sure. Bring the Tsar Warriors forward. They march happily to their doom. Oh, another nice hit. Start weakening these others, then. Now, once they start moving, though, they're really hard to actually land a rocket on. Which would make sense. Oh, another really good hit, though. I think that bonus versus large really is playing a pretty good factor. Alright, the arrows are going to start being able to fly now. Proper damage on these brimstone guns. Alright, they're through that barricade there. Those choppers are gone in a single volley. Love to see it. I'll give them another volley there. Love to see that one as well. Go ahead and blast apart these gyro bombers. They may actually make it on in. May make it in. Now they're gone. Not a single one makes it into combat. Awesome. Drop down the Dreadquake. Maybe not the best use for it, but we'll see. I don't think they'll be able to actually escape in time. Oh, we explode several of them. Quarrelers gonna keep fighting for a moment, though. How many more towers can we get in? We'll grab the tier 2 piercing tower back there. Kind of eviscerating the units as they move up. Bring you guys over. peppered by the quarrelers on their way in. We're gonna lose a few Drazhoath to the quarrelers for sure. The Slayers got destroyed. But fire on this next group. You pick apart these last 10. You fire on this group here. Boys over. Lots and lots of Dwarf Warriors moving on in now. We've already made this way more costly for them than they would have wanted it to be, though. I don't think this one can actually land shots. Let's go ahead and upgrade. We'll save to upgrade this one. We can just throw in another tower behind. We'll grab a tier 1. It's already been taken down once. Keep blasting them. Move to the side there. Keep blasting. Those Dwarf Warriors are in the way. Let's deal with them first. Few Slayers. Go ahead and surround this Dwarf Lord there. We do still have to deal with Ungram. Go ahead and summon in the Kadai behind. Rip apart that Quarreler team pretty easily. Come on, shotguns. Keep blasting. Save that. They have gone through the nonsense. They're going to at least be doing less damage, which is great. Ripping those shots. Let's go ahead and pull these units off to the side here. Shotguns move up and start helping. Actually really don't mind the Kadai getting attacked by everyone here because they're doing a lot of friendly fire damage. Let's go see if we can pull them through. You keep blasting into these Quarrelers here. Same. About to go up. See if you can wound the boy himself. Pull you on back. Spread these archers out just a bit. Have them go after the Quarrelers instead. You go ahead and pull away. Move them on forward. Go ahead and engage the Dwarf Warriors. Away from the Quarrelers there. Move the group a little bit. A bit more of them there. Explosion that kills more Dawi than it kills Hobgoblin. Works for me. Alright, that Lord is gone. Scoot forward and try to eliminate the Iron Drakes in our way there. You can move up. Use the Flame and Shadow on these Quarrels. Have been entrenched. You have to move a little bit too far up. Let's go ahead and hang out here then. You get peppered a bit. Like you guys take some shots. You're gonna have flamethrowers hitting you very soon. Oh, bad line of sight's gonna be killing that group, unfortunately. You guys gonna get some shots quick. Yeah, if they can't stand up, they're gonna be at a bad time. Start ripping some shots into Ungram. Let's go ahead and upgrade this one here to tier 4. Hobgoblin archers start moving up. Help out with these Iron Drakes. They just need another volley and they might be able to win, but I think it's a wee bit too late for them. But you can, though. Again, back a bit. Let's drop down the Flame and Shadow on these Longbeards. Part these Quarrels here. Shooting into the back. Deal with that unit if you can. Our buildings are under attack. So be it. Pull away from Ungram. Let you guys stand and fight. Go a melee with that group. Apps, you can break the Runesmith. Try your best. We'll just go ahead and throw these archers into a melee with Ungram. They realize their best course of winning is going to be to claim this point. Fair enough, we fought them off pretty well here. I don't want to stop any of my towers from firing Not a bad idea to start grabbing these in the back line, though. We are starting to lose things. Another volley into Ungram, though. That's a pretty awesome shot. Bring these guys on back. Let's go ahead and have you charge into melee. We need to keep our shotguns firing. Oh, they turn and run. Come on, shotguns, escape. I don't think they're going to be able to. I think Ungram understands what he needs to defeat now to win. See if we can't pull them away far enough. He wants to claim the point. Yep, see, he wants to claim the point really badly, but he knows the shotguns are incredibly dangerous to him. Alright, perfect. Turn and fire. Go ahead and have them guys hang out here. Shotguns, do your thing. Come on, you gotta bring him down before we lose all the towers here. You go after those iron drakes in the center. Explosive tower, keep blasting away these quarrels. Perfect hits. Keep chopping. I think we're doing good damage if we can drop down the fire and shadow on this group here. Keep blasting those shotguns into Ungram. I think we have them. Oh, we lost all the towers. That's not great. Bring down Ungram quickly. Ooh, nice casting from the runesmith. Oh, we're not actually getting any good hits on Ungram anymore. Everyone's fleeing on away fully. We could get a tower back here, but I think it's too far away to actually do any damage. Go for the tier 2 up here. Come on, you gotta move up, start doing some damage to Ungram. I thought we had I thought we could have had it, but I think just because Ungram managed to claim the point, that's gonna make sure things go not according to plan. Some more good volleys though. Would have been very good for us. We can at least bring down Ungram. Come on. Make it worth. Oh, almost. Well, Ungram makes it on into combat. His forces are incredibly devastated, though. He does manage to win. A valiant defeat. Alright, well, we do suffer a valiant defeat. Most of both of his forces really here are almost wiped out to a man. The Iron Drakes managed to survive, as well as a few of the Longbeards, but a fairly decent defeat. Oh, they sack it and run. We can recover from that. Archaon wants a defensive alliance, and he gives us a good deal of gold. I think that's an awesome deal there. Thank you, Ever Chosen. You shall make a great puppet. And Wulfric also would like us to join his war against Wintertooth. That we can do. He'll give us 1,600. We are now very low. Oh no. And we'll make do. We'll be fine. Dash is mustering. Perfect. Estrogoth's ambush was foiled. We have another ambusher from Cathay. Where are the Cathayans? Hiding up here in the Valley of Horns. Fair enough. We're not all that scared of you, I can't lie. Morgheim has been besieged by rebels. Yep, it's entirely made up of crypt ghouls. That's hilarious. Morcane is at it again. Go ahead and transport those that can work back on to our mines. Lovely. Gain a malignant totem. Dropping enemy leadership and giving us the Breath of Hatred. Sweet. All over different Czar seats paying off in dividends. We'll go ahead and grab the Fane Guardhouse over here in the Marshes of Madness. Should keep it a bit more safe. In fact, we could grab some extra labor here. 1, 2, 3. Send them on over. Then we could finish the construction on this one and make sure we have got some Bull Centaur renders to defend the settlement for the next fight. That looks good to me. Let's grab Gordo's. Oh, we can't actually add him into the army. Oh, but we win with a Pyrrhic victory. We don't lose anyone. Get wrecked, fool. Leadership next time to our lord. And we'll take the treasury. The largest amount coming in by far there. Gordo's join the army, help out with the replenishment. Sweet. And then we'll have some Furies for the next fight. Which is not amazing, but we will make do nonetheless. Make sure we have the fervent fodder. And actually, hang on now. Zadni, you are not as useful to me as Kevin. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of your extra abilities here. And then now you are removed for Kevin the Return. Welcome back, Kevin. You need yourself some new abilities and new items. Healing Salve of Valaya looks very nice. Talisman of Obsidian, rather, will drop magical attacks. Don't care about that so much. Giant Blade for a bonus via infantry, as well as a Armor of Destiny sounds good. Malignant Totem drops enemy leadership. That also sounds amazing. And then the Scroll of Leeching will drop the enemy power recharge. While useful, something more like the Forbidden Rod for extra just magic. Sounds pretty good. Increasing cooldowns also could be pretty useful. Standard of Azar makes them unbreakable. That's way better than the Standard of Discipline. Perfect. Kevin's back in and ready to do some damage. Oh, no one's got the Mirror Shield? There you go, Kevin. Mirror Shield for you. Four guys coming on over, though. He can't reach us, which is perfect. We can just kind of deal with these armies one at a time. Lovely. Yobaz, come on up to Black Iron Mine. We'll go ahead and bring that down. Lovely. We'll take the Pyrrhic victory. I don't mind the auto-resolve hurting at all because we'll be able to summon more of these guys in just fine. Sack the settlement. Looks like it's already been sacked pretty recently. And we'll claim it as a outpost. Set new labor on in here, and then we'll throw it in as a strip mine. We'll take only one turn, but I don't mind having a turn of issues if we have to. Go for the Bane Guardhouse here in Krakazul, and oh, look at this. Some caravans. Lovely. One out with Drazhoath here and crush this caravan. Be nice. We lose 59, that's not too bad. Allowing us to pretty easily here deal with... I think we'll take the replenishment this time. It's a good bit of labor, but I want to get into the quest battle to finish this episode off here. Grab those Fencer's Blades. Upgrade the Brine Mine here, as well as our Tower Roads. It's awesome. I think actually we'll grab the Headdress of Zar, and then probably Hashut Scales. Drazhoath doesn't want to be a mentor. He cares not about his underlings. Grab the Indomitable now. Stuff. Crossox will give him Frenzy. We'll swing on into this quest battle. To the objectives, we need to find now the major relic of Grimnir, which will have us facing down a force of a Nurgle. Teleport on in. I guess we'll see what the golden bands actually give us. They'll give us some movement range, some hit points, some spell resistance, and then the ability Slayer for Chaos, which is pretty awesome. You'll get one use for it, but extra 12 melee attack, causing terror and unbreakable, and being unable to die is pretty awesome. The ancestor god Grimnir long ago ventured north into the Chaos Wastes. That fool was lost, alone and out of his depth, dropping trinkets as he passed the cliffs of death. We must search for them amongst the fetid crags and mountain passes. So we shall. Oh no, we found a big Chungus. Lord Festerlung the Regurgitator moves to face us. Got a lot of Exalted Plague Bearers, some normal Plague Bearers, and then some Nurglings, and then 2 Great Unclean ones, which can be nasty. Having fought this battle over on our Zatan campaign, we do know what else is coming for us, but I will leave that surprise hidden. Scout our terrain. I wonder what these side tunnels could be. Probably nothing dangerous at all. Okay, so this is going to be in the underpass here. The underpass, the underways here. All completely infested and corrupted by Nurgle. Actually a pretty awesome looking battle map, all things considered. I only say that because I really don't want any squidgy nonsense and any tentacles reaching out and grabbing me while I'm trying to fight. There's these two side tunnels that are very suspicious. Definitely nothing going to be coming down through them. Not at all. Since the battle started. Seeing as I know what's going to be coming for us, we're going to set up and hopefully be properly prepared. We'll see though. We're going to have the Destroyer, the Ravagers, the Kadai hold in here. Have Belial up front, being a big old chunky tank. Our normal warriors cutting off anyone coming down the front. Line rifles actually having some bonus V large will hold the side there. Perfect. Grab the Bloodbringers and some normal Dwarf Warriors. Put them behind. I think we're going to want to pull these guys a bit further. Set up the Dwarf Warriors as kind of a layered shield here. Well, the Immortals are down in the center line there. We'll have the Red Quake launching some shots away. You up front and the two magma cannons. Lovely. Belligerin can hang out here for the moment. Rosox can hang out front. Same thing with Drazhoath. Be spamming Flames of Asgore as much as we can here. Alrighty then, Nurgle. Get these guys in their units and we'll get things started. Infantry. Make sure these guys are in melee mode so I don't have any issues charging them in. You guys are in guard mode too, single entities, and then let's get this battle started. So, with front, that'll begin. Slay the demon army. That we can do. Drazhoath forward. Claim the Relic of Grimnir. Go ahead and scoot these guys all forward, but rotate them. Really good targeting from the Dreadquake at the moment. Definitely where we are going to be launching that from. Something else stirs deep in the sewers. Flames of Asgore right there. Take you off fire at will. Let's go ahead and try to rip some shots over here on these Exalted Plague Bearers. Flames of Asgore annihilating all of those units there. Love to see that. Magma cannons, that's your next target. You guys try to eliminate these plague bears up front here. Trust calls out an overcast. Looks like the reinforcements have arrived. Plague toads are spawning from the pools of the deep. And an absolute ton of them. Armor of Contempt, because we definitely are going to need it. Wait till enough of them are in, and then we'll go ahead and drop down some goodies. One over and help out with these toads. Poor fool here, the Wallop. Drop down the Dark Subjugation. Go ahead and rush out and do damage to these, this Great Unclean one here. Cast your spell, see if we're scared. Bring the boom. Definitely time to go for not the Plague of Rust, but the Transmutation of Lead on all of these toadies right here. We'll break them and move on through. You have the Reforge ability to the Kadai Destroyer. reforge it, and then we'll go for this one. Break them. Stand in the way there. There's not even any reason for you to do much damage. Just sit there and let our troops fire in. Alright, the Lord's gone. Flashbang out. Flashbang through the door. Yeah, we're doing some incredibly good work here. Go ahead and get a shot on these guys so it's weak to fire there. You go ahead and turn around. Decaying flesh has attracted those pestilent flies. Squash them. Oh, even more is coming on in? Bring it. Go ahead and restock these line rifles up front here. We'll help these toads that are moving on forward here. Actually, these exalted plague bearers sound great. You go ahead and intercept those rot flies there. You do the same. Bring them down. Yeah, we're doing good work. You scoot on forward a bit there. We'll bring these guys up as well. Make sure we are up ahead of the rest of the line. I'm going to drop down the Kadai here in the middle of that group. Keep cutting through them. Drazhoath will go ahead and drop down the Ash Storm on everyone wanting to surround you. Seems like a bad idea. Invasion of blood over here. Charge them in on these toads. And we can let our infantrymen do some work. Yeah, these Nurglings have been crushed. How many did we lose there? 5? That's obviously not 5, but we'll see at the end here. Yeah, that's the end. We claim the relic. Victory, Drazhoath. Alright, that's the quest battle complete. We only lost 27 in the final tally there. That's pretty good. Get them on out. We will take the extra captives. And we'll also take the golden bands of Grimnir there. Easy win. Alright. Well, with that victory over Nurgle, we can move on to Karak 8 Peaks, I believe. And we'll just move on over in normal stance to the edge of our territory. We can go into a march and move a bit further. I'm happy to do so. But we're going to claim Karak 8 Peaks. Finish off Starsnick there, and then we can start working on the Karak Dwarves. For now, though, I'm out of time for today. I have been at Space Was a Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub phone, and I will see you on the next one.